Hello YouTube, Dustin here, Average Guy Hi-Fi again. I've got another review here for you. I actually picked these up, I guess it's been a couple weeks now, but I just haven't had time with work and trying to do this at night and cook and all the things that are involved with life. It's just taking me a little bit longer to get this review out, but here's all the YouTubers out there that I follow, like Youthman, TechnoDad, Steve Gutenberg, all those guys. I mean, they make it look easy when they post these videos, but kind of behind the scenes, I'm starting to notice that there's a lot going on there. So anyway, this is a set of Andrew Jones speakers. This is going to be my first impressions of these speakers. I've read about them all over the forums, on the review sites, all of that type of stuff, but I've never actually owned them before. So what I ended up picking up was I got 4 of the bookshelf speakers. These are the SP-BS22LR bookshelf speakers. The name is terrible on these things. I think speaker manufacturers need to get, I'm sure that has some type of naming convention where they came up with that, but it just makes it hard to kind of remember what you're looking for with that type of a name. But anyway, that's another gripe. But so yeah, I picked up 4 of the SP-BS22LR bookshelf speakers. I got the matching center channel speaker, which is right here. This is the SP-C22. And then I also got the subwoofer, which is over in the other room there. It is the SW8MK2 subwoofer. So I'll go over the specs here with you guys. We'll start with the bookshelf. That just sounds logical to me. This right here is a 4-inch woofer right here. They say that it's some type of material, but to me it just looks like it's stamped plastic, which is fine. But they might as well just call it stamped plastic. But it has a nice quality rubber surround on them. It has a 1-inch soft dome tweeter here. The cabinets have a bit of a curve, so I'm not sure if I can show you guys this, but like there's the woofer, the tweeter, and then the cabinets have that curve to them. And then the back of them, they have nice quality binding posts. It has all the specifications on the back there. They are rear ported, so keep that in mind if you're trying to put them in a cabinet or a bookshelf or anything like that. So got 4 of those. The center channel has the exact same 4-inch kind of plastic material woofers. It comes with a 1-inch soft dome tweeter. This one has dual ports on the rear of it, so you guys can kind of see it there. These are 6 ohm speakers. And then the subwoofer is a 100 watt 8-inch subwoofer, and it's the SW8MK2 subwoofer. So that's the package I ended up getting. The price, if you would have walked into the store and bought these, you might still be able to buy them, to be honest. I keep seeing them on sale for Amazon and things like that. So if you walked into a store and bought all 6 of the speakers, the 4 bookshelves, the center channel, and the subwoofer, it was about $596, which is... It's going to get top ratings on my Average Guy Hi-Fi score because that's just an insane deal. I still have to test them and everything when it comes to sound, so that will be affected too. But when it comes to the MSRP rating, I can already tell you that they're going to be pretty high as long as they sound pretty decent for that price. I ended up picking this setup here local from a really nice guy. I had to drive a little bit of a ways to get them, but they had them listed for $350. We negotiated on a price for $275. So again, under $300, you're going to get yourself kind of a really nice little system. This might be a perfect entry, and then you can kind of figure out what type of sound you like. Maybe buy a Klipsch bookshelf speakers, kind of compare them to these, and then that's kind of how this path happens. That way you can make a very educated choice when you go really plunk down some money on a set of speakers. I'm trying to keep these videos around 10 minutes, but it's really hard to do to put all the information in there. So I'm loading up the description with all of this information, the MSRPs, the size of the woofers, just all of that type of stuff. So be sure to click on that. That's going to be a big part of this channel, is to kind of read all the MSRP ratings and everything down below there. So anyway, that's enough of the boring stuff. We're going to pop over there in the other room. I'm going to put on a movie. Still don't know what I'm choosing yet, but I got some really cool ones here recently. So I might put in Wonder Woman 4K, something along those lines, and then we'll get some action scenes going. So I'll give you guys my reviews on the show them in action, and then I'll give you guys my average hi-fi score at the end of the video. So stick around. All right, so now we're over here in the other room. I hooked the center channel back up and the bookshelf back up. We're going to show you a movie clip from Bumblebee. It's the 4K version. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that movie or not. For whatever reason, that one kind of snuck under my radar. I think it was because I just got fatigued from all the other Transformer movies, but Bumblebee, I would give that one a shot. You know, you can get the 4K disc for relatively inexpensive. Great test for your home theater system. The visual effects are very good. So definitely my favorite Transformer movies. Kind of went back to the roots. You know, the 80s toys is kind of where I got into the Transformers in the first place. So check the movie out if you haven't. We got it on the opening scene here. It just hits you right out of the gates with a lot of bass. So we'll just play this movie, and then I'll pop over there in that other room and then give you guys my average guy hi-fi score. The Mythos towers that are flanking the Andrew Jones speakers, those big guys in the corner, are not turned on. They're not hooked up. So this is all Andrew Jones 5.1 home theater speakers that I ended up picking up for $275. So let's just go ahead and hit play.
Fall back! Get to the tower! Destroy the launchpad! Let none escape! Cybertron has fallen. Get to the escape pods. There are other Autobots scattered across the galaxy. We must reach them if we hope to survive.
Optimus, this is our home and we have to fight for it.
All right, just try to keep the videos a little bit shorter. They sound fantastic in this room. My only gripe would be that I'm not really finding a whole lot when it comes to the sensitivity. These speakers might like a little bit more power than a lot of you can give, but I mean, this Marantz amplifier has no problem. My Denon would have no problem either. But since I couldn't locate the sensitivity specs, you would have to kind of dig into that a little bit more. If I find it before this review goes out, then I'll update the description. So again, the description down below will have the MSRP pricing and all that type of stuff in there. And then also my average hi-fi score. So we'll pop over in the other room, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts on this system and then go over all the scores with you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're into the used home audio market and everything, subscribe to the channel because I've got another system right around the corner. I picked up some JBLs. I also have another set of Andrew Jones speakers with the Atmos tops on them, so I'll be reviewing those shortly too. So hang in for the average guy hi-fi score. All right, well, I hope you guys had fun watching these things in action. They do sound very good. That Marantz amplifier seems to feed these 6-ohm speakers enough power. The subwoofer is smaller, but it was still doing a pretty decent job pressurizing the room, so the bass response was good. I had them crossed over. I'm just using Denon's kind of 80 hertz crossover, bumping the subwoofer up a few dBs. That's what I normally do with these systems. So once I got them all calibrated and everything, they sounded very good. I mean, especially considering the MSRP price, which is where these things are going to dominate a lot of the other speakers that I've already reviewed. But anyway, we'll just jump into the average hi-fi score and kind of explain how I came up with the score that I came up with. Just to cut to the chase, they scored a 72%, which is basically exactly the same as the Definitive Technology Pro Cinema 600 series speakers that I just reviewed. That's not intentional. It's just where the others failed, these might have succeeded. So again, these are actual real numbers. Some of these scores might seem a little bit low to you, but anything above a 5, I'm thinking, is going to be a pretty good score when it comes to the long run of these speakers. So I'll just jump right into it. Quality, I gave these speakers a 7 out of 10. Which is probably a little bit on the low side considering how inexpensive they were. I mean, just to manufacture speakers like this, anywhere $149, anywhere around that range for a size of bookshelf speaker like this is very hard to do. So I give them all the props in the world when it comes to the price and everything, but the quality of them, you know, you can see that it has some issues. The fake wood material that they use for the sides, they meet in a very sharp point in the center, and just owning speakers over time, I know that's where speakers can delaminate, or if you set it down wrong, you can actually kind of peel back the vinyl material that's over the speakers. So those sharp edges concern me. I think over time there might be some delamination issues. That's just me kind of taking a stab at it, though. There, again, I haven't owned them very long. So another gripe when it comes to the quality is this. That material that they have on the back side of the grill goes right over the 1-inch soft dome tweeter. I can't imagine. I put it on, took it off, and kind of listened to it both ways. And it does have an impact on the sound. So I would probably, if you don't have kids and things like that, I would probably leave the speaker grills off to kind of get their biggest performance. So 7 out of 10 when it comes to the quality. The sound, I gave it an 8 out of 10. Very good score in my grading scale. I think they sound fantastic. The dynamics were nice and sharp. They're a little bit on the bright side, which I didn't read a whole lot about. I mean, I've owned Klipsch speakers, where everybody's like, oh, those are super bright. These actually sounded pretty in line with brightness of way over the Klipsch speakers the Klipsch reference speakers that I've owned. So I gave it an 8 out of 10. The only gripe was that, yeah, they just were a little bit on the bright side. The 4-inch woofers, don't expect too much mid-bass for movies and things like that. But again, that's all kind of comes with this package. This is a very high-performing set of speakers. Sound 8 out of 10, very good. MSRP rating is where they kind of cleaned up. I gave them a 9 out of 10 there. Again, walking into a store and getting 4 bookshelf speakers and a center channel and a subwoofer for $596 is pretty hard to beat. So top points for those for the MSRP value. My price paid value, they dropped a little bit. You know, since I was in that $275 range, I've seen these cheaper. I know that they've sold on the used market cheaper. I gave them a 6 out of 10. Just because $275 is kind of in line. It's still a very good deal. If you see them for that and you're trying to get into this hobby, that's an excellent purchase. Start with these and then jump up the ladder like many of us have over the years. I mean, that's a good way to start things out. You'll have great dynamics, have good quality home theater sound, and then you're kind of not very heavily invested into the set. So I gave a 6 out of 10. So again, quality 7 out of 10. I gave the sound 8 out of 10. I gave the MSRP rating 9 out of 10. I gave the aesthetics 6 out of 10. I like the fact that the cabinets are curved, but they're just pretty basic. But again, Pioneer probably had to do that for the price point that these are sold at. That's a must for sure. To have speakers in this price range, I probably could have scored them a little bit higher when it came to the aesthetics, but they just don't really do it for me, and I'm a little particular about the looks of speakers. 6 out of 10 for the aesthetics, price paid, 6 out of 10 as well. So these, again, scored exactly the same as the Definitive Technology. They scored a 72% on the Average Guy HiFi score system. So a very good set of speakers. Keep an eye on these out for your used market. They're all over the place. Somebody sent me a link today. I was like, hey, you should review these Andrew Jones speakers. And I was like, well, I've already got 8 bookshelves in my house right now, 2 center channels and 1 subwoofer. So I do have the matching Atmos bookshelves. I have 4 of those and another center channel. So I'll probably do that review a little bit later. So keep an eye out. That's going to be my first experience with Atmos speakers. So I just wanted to start here first and then kind of compare these bookshelves to the same bookshelves with the Atmos tops on them, which has like a little slope up top. It has a speaker up on top too. So anyway, if you guys stuck around this long, I hope this was some good information. Feel free to ask me any questions. If you have speakers in your neighborhood that you're thinking about buying, you want a little bit of advice, the hundreds of speakers that I've owned, I might have owned those, so I can probably steer you in the right direction, or I can even look and see if there's anything else that I would recommend over that set of speakers out there. Shoot me questions. That's how we're going to grow this channel. I'm going to keep loading that description up with MSRPs and everything, and then I hope this stuff comes in handy for you guys out there that are in this hobby like I am. All right, guys, thank you very much. Again, my name is Dustin, and I'm with Average Guy HiFi. Well, it's just me. So this is my little YouTube channel that I started for the used audio community. Thank you again, guys.